Alright, Busiama Mimobi Biakwaba. Emfa Obra, Mega TV, Efidicasi, so, Infanchemi. Ministidio, Namum, Dikai Akachum. Say, and suddenly bar, regardless of where we are, I will see it in Edibasum, your T4 and your 4. Our platform can see so Yankupon H will be behind. Mr. Wada, means I left a fatchemy. Son say, Ministidio, and I see you are. The other one, are you busy? Quick one, Andra Ena Ghana, the Founders Day. Andra one of the day I intimate any day yin jan hokwa. Na say yintimi enkase yen kan wasem. Mfanchemi Andra mun kan wasem. Escape my dream crowd. Enimreno enemy Yemianum we are for king for Mr Frank Adana Sema Okai any Urano in commodity or the better abontin to me say Urano indeed the castle be a political historian, the castle be a senior politics, and I will be a senior history. He is such a person. I be konye kwa kuchi Mr Frank Adana ninsem no a dorsal papa do it in case it me empty na yako we are for king YouTube channel no so YouTube hano na wonso weti me kotie nsem no anase nsem no baby obekwa dua wonso besusu se kwatie yi no na wako mu platform no so na weti me akọ subscribe to the channel no esan se wa ya ade papa na dwuma bobeo andra o mame hu se indeed on kasakwa and he is a political historian. Abusinya yewura President Akuffo Addo Nana Addo Dankwa Ochihini the first aka Addo Mafia aka Achimfo Sadom Hini Uwe kasai na quick one the bako neko kuchi ensema Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo Addo di edituga uchi ensema okana in all his previous years na ya observe this crucial day no ene ninsem na sisa ene ninsem no asisa. He's talking more of the big six and more of how Ghana gained independence. Emiani no kwari the audio ni doso but kakre biti say in case upifu audio na eno die ebia wankasa this or your research na unya the platform fan for audio bit say Joy News any other social media platforms and as other media houses na baby maybe boy ho hiame e beko ye kwa kuti yura President Akuffo Addo some of the two that and drop Founders Day and I think the May holiday that is Monday 5th August 2024 a holiday. Abusinya enya some getwa nkuchi nsem fabra Yankopon shire bibia median mega subscribe fully test update yakoba radio the best also nkuchi nsem fabra Yankopon shire.
Rejecting completely the notion that Ghana was founded by one man. Whilst Kwame Nkrumah's contributions to our independence are undeniable and unassailable, it is important to acknowledge for our self-respect that the struggle for our nation's freedom was a collective effort spanning several generations. The formation of the Aborigines Rights Protection Society, the British West African National Congress, jointly sponsored by Joseph K. Hayford and Thomas Hutton Mills, the United Gold Coast Convention, the work of countless unsung heroes, and the tenacious spirit of our people all played vital parts in bringing us to freedom and independence. Kwame Nkrumah, with his charismatic visionary leadership, was undoubtedly a major actor in the final lap of our journey to independence. And that is why, despite the several unfortunate things that happened after independence under his watch, Parliament in 2019 decided to memorialize his date of birth as Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day, the only Ghanaian so far to be so honored in our history. His ability to galvanize the masses and articulate a clear vision for a free Ghana inspired many. However, it is essential to recognize that Kwame Nkrumah stood on the shoulders of past leaders. The groundwork laid by the Aborigines Rights Protection Society, the British West African National Congress, the United Gold Coast Convention, and many other organizations and individuals provided the foundation upon which Kwame Nkrumah built the Convention People's Party, CPP. And indeed, that is why he was careful to associate the name of his new party with that of the convention.
All right, and some no na yakwakuti ediabano na yimbisa yehose. Why is it that President Akuffo Addo is so concerned about Aborigines' rights, protection rights, and now also so infantile means are left up. President Akuffo Addo also so gidi ever the collective effort of Ghana, your freedom. But it can't you quote here and the full speech of Yura President Akuffo Addo. Namum a baby honum in your papa. I was a different como. Cinema can occupy waiting occupating on the other platforms. But I had we may beat me about the actual. You mean no quality. You may say all the previous years, the President Akuffo Addo Babontia. And yeah, this is how you celebrate the Founders Day. You're limiting it to how they were collectively pushing to bring independence to this country. In other words, decolonization. Everything you may say, President Akuffo Addo was so passionate about this particular thing. Now, ultimately come to the extent say, the Aborigines protection rights can Kwame Nkrumah the birthday Parliament approve say was a Drubiana you observe. You see, these are very simple. Now answer the book Mr Frank Adana we are not doing my bobio. The book ni nsem. The person me can same way. You na it come ha and I say NPP for Eda upon running mate Dr Machi Pukuprempe Edi. Na owura no ensem asada no kan no na chise magana fo nyina adwen bi say nkofo 5 na no muka the former president Dr Kwame Nkrumah first president who amoye the big six no we actually how they betrayed him no nkofo 5 no and no say UP any NLM is it National Liberation Movement and our council and LMC and Bibisa. I done no more be UP finally a NPP. Those having and I say those behind that you will be the Akuffo Addo. The Akuffo Addo. Any is it King Ufura Tani Papa no and the people from that chin. Yembisa said, again here, those people they hated Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to the extent say ne generation now hated Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And that is what we will NPP for so more demonstrate actually Ghana for the 8 Kwame Nkrumah. It's in a point some of Kukaya, Kukasi, a Kwame Nkrumah no crown, a dear no idea Ghana. I ma Ghana for the so Jackesi, EDC, Dr. Machu Puku Prempeson. And no whole response and a President Akufo Addo. I say, let me tell you, President Akufo Addo make one same da. Sasa misi ya ntini wo bebia se wura no eka ho asem. Na mum, he felt like, and I say he feels like this is the right time for Bible team. I'll be responding Ghana for. Unlike the Ejapade document who say ni aba ho won si redie e best sell munuma na emuniema ntino. He quickly came out and denied that fact. He quickly came out and tell Ghanaians and say it is a fabricated story. You see, this is President Akufo Addo, and this is how he behaves. These people is the same thing and a fast one person a Japadi book document and semi womb no. Will be a fat or minor. Because mind you, the 5 people that were part of Yura, the first presidents Osajifo, they were not, they were not in agreement with Yura Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, when Osajifo was demanding independence now. Later, independent later. You see, this shows clearly how they hated Kwame Nkrumah to the Eneiswa Yuga President Akufo Addo be this way. Amas away Muguswa Omotino to the extent that whatever that he did for this country, they don't appreciate it. And a young boy say Yembo Omopupadin, Yembo Omonene Bidin JB Dankwa, do the Kufado, Ubichibilente, Apuaje, Ufura Tane Papa, the Omomokai can do. You see, they are in pains. Say Kwame Nkrumah, a baby a bonding, and they be a car. Either you are in pains, either you are not in pains. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah will still remain Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and he is what the founder of Ghana democracy, and he is what the first president of this country, either you like it or not, and he is the man who did a lot for this country. And to beat no Kwame Nkrumah or Mayfi or Maysia, Paco Huna said who because Onim the Oka, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did a lot for this country. It is that fact, and no more possibility. Say Asama Mikondin send a boy the historian, political historian, educationist, political analyst, Mr. Frank Adana, or the Simbia Atubia, will be a fucking YouTube channel. So now to Mr. Blanton and send nobody to him sooner. Me, sooner pa, but the well master in easy cancer no. Edding, the mega meeting, the chassis send me cancer and the meeting mechanism. Over an idea mobile. What you say history no was senior good cream. And every single thing, including the dates, the time, and everything it will be dream. Miss Rosso being about Kakra. Na embrace Sima Bayese Sima Kakra yen train. Na yinti Mr. Frank Adana and some of the two, even though when to mean you can call platform so na Koti, we are fucking TV YouTube. We are subscribed to our channel for the more political issues, just like Mega Nemian. Now, when we say, when we know, Sebi, Nimbi Kechi, and we need to talk about it. Yankupon should have been mammy chiba for him for New York, America, Mammy Yankupon York, Papa. Mammy will be him for UK, Mammy Yankupon Shroud. Obi a him every team in Yankupon, and she is Obibia. Pick one Yankuti, Sama. The political analyst, historian, any educationist, Mr. Frank Adana, or the two. Now, we don't say yes, we will. the meaning of quality. I was a Ghana for a friend, because you are the I bring up a bill when you nyansa. You can't say ye analyzing yama, you can't say yen can sema with factor. He is an expert. Mr. Frank Adana, Kasa, na yitio.
History. Enam so ema Ghana yenya yefa ahodie no. Me pese medi nkan atwe Ghana fo adwen asi bibi so. Obi biara utie President Nana Akufo Addo ni speech on Founders Day on 4th of August 2024. Na we very observant biya no. Wone me be ya adwen say different from the previous speeches President Nana Akufo Addo or Miki with respect to Founders Day and independence. Mamenkai will be all the time and every platform Nanado ebenya biano. Ochire say Ghana ye fa ahodie no. The big six na enye Dr Kwame Nkrumah. The question is eba ne say na enedie 4th of August 2024 President Nana Akufo Addo start free the Gold Coast Aborigines Right Protection Society 1897. I hope your guess is as good as mine. Now, minim say after this discussion, ye bete and ye mase. As I say yesunya Ghana, ya bakusem. Na me woha, Frank Adana, you are only political scientist to teach and explain. Fast forward, the sequence of events ema Ghana yenya ye fa ahodie no. Me start free. Biaya Nana Akufo Addo start free no. Na me start free the Gold Coast Aborigines Rights Protection Society. 1897 ena Ghana fo mpanimfo bi mo esorigina yese omo mpene emma kwasi broni eni yeso enti omo ye anti-colonialism na mpanimfo a omo sorigina ye no na omo asem nyina ne se Ghana ye man ene kwan se kwasi broni bedi yeso se sebi kwasi broni mpo bedi yeso a esese yen Ghana fo no nso so no ye wotumi ewo amamuonum na mpanimfo no mame mobo omodin J.W. de Graft Johnson, Jacob Wessonsey, J.P. Brown, J.E. Castle Hayford, ena John Mensah Saba na omoye ensia adan na eno de yankase the big six. Na minim say this political history organic na obete enyemase. Now, from 1897 to 1920, ena Gold Coast Aborigines Right Protection Society collapse ye. Enti botaya nanka omode jefa ahudie afri Ghana abrofo ensem no antimi ambamu. Na collapse ye no ena new movement enso so ebaye. Na eno so ye the same anti-colonialism. Na eno so ye freno the National Congress of British West Africa. Na eno no started from 1917. So that means say brana the Gold Coast Aborigines Right no enyan collapse ye no. Na the National Congress of British West Africa and also so omo ekeka omo ho. Na yenhwe empanimfo a na omudi sa ekoyanim. Oba Ghana ha yewo Thomas Houghton Mills. Onna na oye president. Na Akufo Addo board din. Ena J.E. Castle Hayford. Onna na oye vice president. And let's not forget J.E. Castle Hayford was also a core member in the Gold Coast Aborigines Right Protection. and Gold Coast Aborigines Right Protection Society collapsed in 1920, and I formed the National Congress of British West Africa in 1917. Na Castle Hayford eka ho. We have Edward Francis Small, F.V. Nanka Bruce, A.B. Kwete Papa Few, Henry Van Hen, A. Sawyer, ena Kwabena Sechi. Empanimfo Bako 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ena omonsoso es original. Now let's not forget the National Congress of British West Africa na enye Ghana hankwa. Na Nigeria, Sierra Leone, the Gambia, and Ghana. It is Ubijina Babiana said the President of the Republic, that one should be clear. And even Obibiara well reading the political history Biano. Now the vibrant group Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone group and it lasted longer. Yes. It this group na enye only Ghana, the West Africa. And the countries are participating here. Nigeria, Sierra Leone, the Gambia, and Ghana. They were anti-colonialism. They were fighting for the independence and the African participation in the governance and the management of affairs. Now, 1940s, and the National Congress of British West Africa, they collapsed here. So that means from 1897, I started the Gold Coast Aborigines Right Protection Society for Ghana's independence or to end the colonialism and succeed to 1940s, which is after which is the Second World War. Now after say what then UGCC was formed in 4th August 1947. So around 1940s, na sa ku we nyina fima den agu. Na the Akuffo UGCC eba yenie. After the Second World War, from 1939 to 1945, na wiase nyina ayeden. Na oba Ghana ha, na businessmen no, na omo ho chire omo papa. There is no perfect market competition. The expatriates were enjoying than the African bourgeoisie, African businessmen and women. It is not ama African business men and women no, omu business no egu. Eno na ema opening ye friend no George Pa Grant. Or a Ghana businessman na owusika pa. Ena ohunu say said the beya ni business no be protect no. Ese se otikuo na ekuo na obete no. Ope enindifo ni enyansafo a obubetumi afight amano. Na omone amrofo businessmen and women no. Omonya perfect market competition. So, the UGCC, the main purpose of the forming UGCC, no, not enye to capture political powers, but for business and economic freedom. And I am daring any historian to come out and let's debate. Enti George Pa Grant ete no. Eho ena George Grant epe empanimfo omo nimde JB Dankwa, William Oforiata, Akon Ajay, Obechebilante, ena Edward Akuffo Addo. Itina omo ye 5. Now, some penny 4-5 omo de no mo school, omo ye elite. 24th August 1947, ena officially ye former UGCC. na kyerɛ sɛ pa grant te sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a mpanimfoɔ numi betumi a defend no abɔ n'akyi dɔm ɛne mmorɔfo no betumi de afee so na ni business nso so atumi akɔ so na ɔne mmorɔfo businessmen and women ni nyinaa no ɔmo anya perfect market competition. But ɛhɔ no na mpanimfoɔ no hu sɛ okay, if we are fighting for the economic and business freedom for Ghanaian businessmen and women there, and yet aden say yem fight for a political power, because yetiminya the political power no, and yet the economic and the business freedom no is automatic, and I think very understandable. Na esan senna empanufo numi obia ye n'adwuma enti na omunya kwan enye UGCC ni yi enti na omoye no part-time eho ena ako agye erezi concern say nokore nyankopon animie okọ UK and America no ohun abrantie bi na sa abrantie no oye pan-Africanist, oye Ghanani, na oye anti-colonialist. Na ono diye, ompemrofo na sem kete. And yabota ya, ede ye nisui, ono ne diye numpo diye esene ye diye no. Enti se ebe ya, enka ye nkofa numra, na omeye secretary, na ono diye, unye full time, na ontimi nye se de be ya nisu ade hunu no ebeba mu ena why not ena mpanimfo num no ema ako agye kwan ena ako agye ene Dr Kwame Nkrumah ekasaaye na ako agye no Dr Kwame Nkrumah kasaaye no Dr Kwame Nkrumah say omma on the reason say the rate at which Dr Kwame Nkrumah ono ye ne niema no oba ba join say akui omo mpene agene a eda ono no Dr Kwame Nkrumah tim no enye sa agene no bi na eda omotirim enti ompene eba sa ne botaye na esi na ni so say all fighting for the liberation of Ghana and Africa na self government now no embamu ena akwa je ka kire ne say wode omra na oba said the oppressor oye ni bia no ombema no kwan ona boke na Japan ka sembi o say Dr Kwame Nkrumah the nim de na owo no na eboro ni PS so over 200 years. Yes, it's true. Kredia kompre kwa Japan ka say ampa oye UP ni, but Dr Kwame Nkrumah ye extraordinary. It's true. Eti ehona pa grant esende Dr Kwame Nkrumah ska ena Dr Kwame Nkrumah di free Liverpool ababedu Ghana a good coast on 14th of November 1947 na Dr Kwame Nkrumah alande na the love for Ghana and the man Dr Kwame Nkrumah ejitu mu say all things being equal Ghana hodonti obeba. Now on 28th of December 1947 and officially ye Dr Kwame Nkrumah as UGCC General Secretary. Na ye Dr Kwame Nkrumah UGCC General Secretary no within 6 months na Dr Kwame Nkrumah osini bulldozer were creating branches ewa Ghana fana nyina na UGCC abeye akono na wa bridge the gap between the rich, the middle class, the grassroots especially, because essence na the 5 men no na omoye elite nintino na there is a gap between them and the grassroots. But Dr Kwame Nkrumah baye no odi bibia to nchen and say we did the history nuclear ko animu ya ebeka Dr Kwame Nkrumah na one the grassroots no nedidi ono omo neda ono omo na ye bibia. That is Dr Kwame Nkrumah. So the promise of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is Kennedy Akompreko a Japan. Na the Akuffo issues we nyina ba ye 1948 route. Bra Dr. Kwame Nkrumah babedu Ghana no. Na Ghana fo ho chire omo papa. Na adia Dr. Kwame Nkrumah empen wo wiase ha. Ne se Ghana ni ana bibini ho chire no. Na aduane ho aye den, aduane ni kurumu ha. Enti se aduane so ho ye den a ne bo eye den. So food scarcity. Yena eye economics no at SS level no. Whenever there is a scarcity of any commodity, the price go up. I'm not referring to Dr. Elijah Mahmoud Bawumia economics. Now, enti eniama no bo aye de na aduane bo akosoro no. Na eha Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But na Ghana ha empanimfo bi mo. On 26th of January 1948, eye ni Kwabena Boni the second. Osu alata manche. LED Gold Coast se omube boycotto eye emrofo no businesses ne omo shop wa ewo Gold Coast nyina omo ntade because omo amane ma no bo ayeden. Enti on February 20th 1948 in Accra rally ena Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ene JB Dankwa omo addresse the petition a Ghana for air communal to the governor of the colony. Enti eho ena governor of the colony no ono so ti ase say okay Dr. Kwame Nkrumah woni JB Dankwa mon kan kire Ghana for say esu no amusu no yate na nyankopon ya adoma eye 28th of February 1948 ye bete tin ye maso amana ye fofo fama Ghana for manya biato enti boycott no a mosemo ba abaye no munyai na mon call no off. Even the colonial masters no mpo no omonte se na nado Danko Akuffo Addo Ghana for isu no omutie ye. However, the same day, 28 February 1948, the three ex-servicemen, Sergeant Ajete, Private Odatelante, and Corporal Atipo were killed. Na the amamo ewu yeniye. Unim said the Second World War was 1939 to 1945. Ghana for Ekobi. Na saa mpanimfo miensa amebobo mudin Sergeant Ajete, Private Odatelante, ena Corporal Atipo Ekobi. Na bra ye de won kono ye promise omo se omo koba sei na ye de be mo na omo koba ye no omo ahwanimu a hwe ma afei na ahokyere eba enema bo aye den omo so wa abusia ene sesa ne de a omo betu anamon akoho de omo petition akoto governor na anim se omo na omo ko ma omo kodi nkunim no enti boshe na omo hye omo no omo nye ma omo na esanse ahokyere no ama Ghana fo buafu na Ghana fo nso so epese omo ye demonstration ne boycott ni nti no na emrofo no fi se eye demonstration ne boycott no na Ghana fo de ba omo ai castle ho na emrofo no so frankly speaking within them na omusuru abibifo because they know how powerful Ghanaians we are. Enti bra mo ma warning shot no na the ex-servicemen nso so no mo so munkura adwemmoni bia na omobota ne say omokwa exercise their rights and demands. Ehwana ye shooty them na ye kumomo. Enti ye kumomo pe na Ghana for say ey ene say de ai emrofo no de banchi akobo nwum ena ene Ghana for so di ye no mutisi emrofo no shops awurade ena omubububu ani se sanua ne didi ombe ye. So now in fact Ghana was very chaos. Inti ebasa no, you declare a state of emergency. Then time the governor was Sir Gerard Creasy. Now, after say you declare the state of emergency, no, and the executive committee of the UGCC send a telegram message to Secréts Jones, the then British Secretary of the States for the Colonies, to call a constituent assembly. And he declared state of emergency, and the executive committee of the UGCC send a telegram message. Na de asemi bae. Enti no na ema the governor any colonial masters no enya trimu pose se telegram message we every UGCC for ho abade a ene UGCC for mpanimfo no ena omo share Ghana for kutupa ema omo saa demonstration ne boycott ne awudisema ama Ghana aye pinchen no na ehon behia se ye kokoche UGCC empanimfo no nyina enti na UGCC empanimfo no nso no JB Dankwa William Oforiatta Akon Agye Obechebi Lante Dr Akufo Addo ena Dr Kwame Nkrumah na omoye 6 no ena yechi omo ena yebenya the famous big 6 ene machire wase de ma yebenya big 6 ni yechi na yechi omo no enti na Ghana fo nyina so mpene se aden na maba abechi leaders ye ho kire ye ka ayi masanso makunkum ye achi leaders enti sa leaders nsia na amachi omo no they are the big 6 for Ghana. And when you benya the big 6. It what big 6, you know, as a children no. Now the amount much you record say during the boycott and demonstration no, JB Dankwa and Dr Kwame Nkrumah and our more petition no command governor no. So now they were also a target. Now yechi omono and they were appeared at the Commission for Inquiry set up by governor, chaired by Akin Wasson. So we call it Wasson Committee. Na SSA yetoto amwano. Na after Wasson Committee report no, ena ebechire say eye Dr Kwame Nkrumah nkwa ena o send a telegram message no. Na empanimfo nunu a aka no de omonim ho hwe nanka esese empanimfo num no omonso so etwitwaje Dr Kwame Nkrumah ena omonso so eyi Dr Kwame Nkrumah emaaye enti empanimfo num no JB Dankwa William Oforiatta Akon Agye Obechebi Lante ena Dr Akufo Addo omo nyina blemu Dr Kwame Nkrumah eyi Dr Kwame Nkrumah maaye na me bisa Ghana for say esese as ekuo a yate na ye pay fa ahodie na se mo secretary mpo aye de enya at least ehɔ no de mu nyina mummom as one but ebia mo ba fia nanka mo twi nanim but ye Dr Kwame Nkrumah maaye ehɔ ena Obechebi Lante ena William Oforiatta epe se omo bepe adanse edi ama emrofo no na ya jeli Dr Kwame Nkrumah enti Obechebi Lante and William Oforiatta ransacked Nkrumah's house looking for evidence for Nkrumah's downfall. Ghana for muntie ni yo Dr Kwame Nkrumah wa bre Nkrumah and other UGCC leaders will make it impossible to work together again. Meboa. Because omo a wonu omo ye wokra nka wo se wo ma e na omo dada wa ene ye de wa ba beto tankruwa. Now, some leaders of the UGCC including JB Dankwa accepted the appointment of the Justice Kezi Committee. Mahunu Ghana for. Mahunu Yesu no. Nipa nsia na ya form UGCC na ye pefa ahudi ama Ghana no. Ya chi omu nyina no. Eho na omukoko yi Dr Kwame Nkrumah maaye. Ena mpanimfo num na aka no. Omode omuhoko don emrofo no. Emma emrofo no committee Justice Kezi Committee omonso so timubi. In August 1948, the Committee on Youth Organizations was formed with K.A. Gbedema as chairman and Kojo Botuo as secretary. Enti na leaders na so mo head
enti ensem ene da ho no se me di kan no betimi akọ we are fucking YouTube channel also. I could see the full details about it. For now, no deal. My main phone we see. Yankopo nshira wura wi. O ma ya tini mo biase. Because first na ya won ka memega. Na ye mi say the big six, omo eno mo gi omo we see ho. Onu mi say sa omo kra wi echi no. Omo kodi se bi se hu no. E ma Kwame Nkrumah kra no. Omo kwachi ni to omo. Omo di ni to prison. Until wo prison honum no. And then the CPP, it winning election about 94% according to historian and according to history. Yankopon Mr Frank Adana, Obieni, Omiye Hunyima Bieni so, Omiye Hawa NPP from the origin, NLM, and in the Kikakika home, I know more transforming ABC NPP, how they hated Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and how they wanted him to be in jail and rot. How are no more person wearing killing the political ideologies, the political visions out the more my Ghana. So they were preaching independence later, whilst Yubra was hiding for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was preaching independence now, and that is what we are now enjoying. So upon what they did now, we have the modern day Ejapadi book. Everything that they did, they are now come to reverse it, revise it, and tell us, Omo Ejapadi book, Omo di beji Omaine Ghana, and Ejapadi bi. Enti abusia, ensema Mr Frank Adana bibi so ache no, wame ye hunyema bi eni so, wame ye hawa this political structure and your political enclave is it here. Wame ye hawa Ghana osajifu any some mpanyfo binom collectively no omo shas ye du baby a omo se debi ye kra no ye nya dododi didi nti na wose yi Kwame Nkrumah nti utie President Akuffo Addo nsem o kan na o so hwe mu na chese President Akuffo Addo they hate Ibra kinofra attack Ibra omo kan se mfanche Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The hatred for the man from NPP from so deep to the extent say omunti no grana krabeka no masha say react. Ente busia sanity ti wankasa wati wasumu wankasa wohu de ekọ wankasa wohu say no NPP for directly they don't like Kwame Nkrumah. So no matter what this man does, no matter what that he did for Ghana, what you say na se man no bompe. Enti abusia, that is the history for you. Let's also document beton. Mr. Frank Adana, once again, we appreciate your effort. We appreciate your education. Nyankopon enyo kese abibia se bonso wutimi eyesa de momai no. Amemfa wonsi na ansa na bekor mesro o modina na fa comment ton. Like dwumadi no share na afofo ni behwe. Ma me ki ba for me feni New York America. Nyankopon hye mame we bi e UK, Italy for Canada, US, and any other European and as American continents, maybe a movie out here negative in Yakupon Shila. Any Ghana problem here, so Yakupon, and you be a kissy. But no more, no more father correct in Nancy because no Cora platform won't be better. See, the slogan, what? A hard work and trust. The slogan, a hard work and trust. This is the entrusted platform, authentic news. It is also say UT news. If I Ghana parties who bit me reliable, bit me depending on subscribe to your channel for latest update, authentic platform ever. It's a nice authentic platform. No more with the echo in the brain. That is the history about Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and how Ghana became, and I say how Ghana gained independence on even 6 March 1957. Nyankopɔn ɛnyɛ ɔkɛseɛ. Nyankopɔn ɛnhyɛ bibia. Sɛ ababia nso mo support ɛtaa yɛkyi. Mamemfa wo si. Ɔbaade ne yɛ adoma ɛbɛsɛn ahyia. Akɔlɔ bibia. Bye bye.